There's been a lot of allegations of animals going missing. You know, ducks being
Yes, sir.
basically taken.
There's pictures of that too.
Can you speak on that? Have you ever seen that in person?
I've seen, the only thing I've seen, I did see a pig's head laying down in Snyder Park.
Saw a pig's head?
A pig's head.
Like it had been cut off? Or?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't really see that every day, do you?
No, you don't. It's kind of surprising.
Wow.
But then our city wants to pass it off as cult stuff.
As cult stuff?
Yeah.
Do you think that has anything to do with, like the connections with voodoo that Haitians commonly have? I mean, in Haiti, it's a very commonly practiced thing.
I'm sorry. There's actually been a couple people that I know that have been told that they were going to be cursed by voodoo.
By Haitians?
By Haitians.
So that actually is a real thing here.
Yes.
And them practicing voodoo with animals, pig's head.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's you don't hear that every day. That's crazy. How long have you been a resident of Springfield, Ohio?
My entire 58 years.
Entire 58 years.
Yes,
so
sir.
You'll look a day over 20. Okay. So,
Thanks.
How would you describe what's going on here in Springfield? What are your concerns? What brings you out to City Hall today?
My concerns are security, mostly for the women in this town, the young girls. I've been accosted. I've been groped. I've been followed. I don't leave my house unless I'm armed and have my pit bull. And I couldn't bring them down here, but luckily I knew there was a bunch of people. The education system, it's terrible. And we've got adults going to school at the high school.
Can you explain that a little bit?
There were fights the first day. There are illegals. They're from 19 to 23 years old going to our high school.
That's a little unusual. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
My 10-year-old granddaughter has a 16-year-old in her class.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does that raise safety concerns for you?
It raises many safety concerns for me. And like I said, all the women and females in Springfield, I don't care how old you are, obviously I'm 58 and I've been accosted.
Can you explain kind of what happened in that situation?
Well, I have lived on the south end of Springfield my whole entire life. It is, the majority of the population is black. I've never had any problems. I was at a store a few days ago on South Limestone Street. I was attacked. I was called racist because I'm white. That was their reasoning, because I'm white.
And then you had mentioned about, being groped in the past. Could you explain that as well?
Yeah, a Haitian guy was following me around the store. Literally following me. I asked him once, "Why are you following me?" He smiled and turned his back. The second time he came down the aisle, he was up against my rear end. And I pushed back from him and I said, "What the F are you doing?" And he said, "You don't understand English." So I pulled up my shirt and said, "Do you understand that?" And he left.
Wow. Well, and what would you want people... Obviously, this is kind of blown up into a national news story overnight, it seems like.
Well, they're burying their heads in the sand. Our city commission, our mayors, our people that we pay to protect us, the police, their hands are tied. I mean, everybody's complaining because the police aren't doing nothing, but they can't. Biden and Harris gave these people complete immunity, complete amnesty. So their hands are tied. So we're on our own here. And then they get on the news and they say that we're lying about what's going on here. If you get on Facebook, for anybody that lives in Springfield that feels the way I do, there's pictures to prove what we're saying.
I've heard a lot in the interviews that I've talked to today and obviously seen online about the driving out here. Does the driving concern you?
That would be another reason I don't leave my house, because I have one car. I can't afford to buy another one. I have liability. If one of them hit me, my insurance company is going to say, "Should have got full coverage and now you're paying more anyway." So
do you feel like, you guys are almost being treated as like second-class citizens compared to the illegal immigrants?
We're being treated worse than second-class citizens. We don't count. We don't have a word. They just said they took notes on what I was saying and they'll contact me. Yeah, I believe that. Like, I believe I'm a millionaire.
Is there anything else that you would want the public to know about your situation and the situation of locals here?
Yeah, this is not about racism. It's not about hate for other people. They brought this in on us too much too fast. They should have been taught our laws. They should have been taught some of our culture. And vice versa. You know, we have no problem learning their cultures. This town has invited many cultures, and all have been welcome. The Haitian said something about, why don't we say something about the Mexicans? Because they learned our laws and they don't. Right, they're not using the bathroom in a department store. Display toilets.